Welcome to today's lecture on biological theories of criminology. Let's start with the early biological theories. These theories introduce the idea that criminal behavior could stem from biological or genetic factors. This marked a shift from viewing crime purely as a matter of free will, as explained in earlier crime causation theories. 19th century Italian criminologist Cesare Lombroso, often referred to as the father of modern criminology, was a key figure in this research. He proposed atavism theory. The word atavism comes from the Latin atavus, meaning ancestor. Lombroso used it to describe individuals who, through heredity, had reverted to primitive physical and mental types. The idea was that born criminals were evolutionary throwbacks, possessing primitive physical traits, sloping foreheads, large jaws, long arms, and behaviors, insensitivity to pain, a fondness for tattoos, linked to earlier humans or animals. Lombroso believed these features were not just physical anomalies, but indicators of a deeper, more inherent criminal nature. Lombroso said his theory began during a post-mortem examination of a notorious Italian bandit named Villela. When Lombroso opened Vilella's skull, he found an unusual hollow at the base, which he called the median occipital fossa, similar to features found in some lower animals. He saw this as a revelation, believing he had discovered physical evidence that some criminals were biologically different from normal people. This led him to identify these physical traits, which he called stigmata, that he believed were signs of a criminal type. While working as an army doctor, Lombroso noticed that soldiers who behaved badly were often heavily tattooed. He saw tattooing as a primitive custom, a throwback to ancient tribal cultures, and therefore a sign of atavism. Lombroso even identified specific physical traits for certain types of offenders: thieves, expressive faces, agile hands, small restless eyes; murderers, cold glassy stares, bloodshot eyes, and hooked noses; sex offenders, thick lips and protruding ears; female offenders, shorter, darker, more wrinkled, and smaller skulled than normal women. He argued that such traits were signs of inherited criminality, not just coincidence. The born criminal, according to Lombroso, is the most dangerous type. He posited that these individuals were biologically predisposed to criminal behavior inherently different from the average person. Lombroso didn't stop at physical features. He also described what he believed were the psychological and moral characteristics of born criminals. He claimed they often showed a lack of empathy and moral sense, cruelty, impulsiveness, and vanity; distorted ideas of right and wrong, sometimes seeing murder or revenge as justified; little or no remorse for their actions; weak or abnormal family attachments, though sometimes they showed affection for animals or strangers. In his view, these traits made the born criminal emotionally and morally closer to primitive humans. Although Lombroso's theories are now widely criticized and rejected, they were groundbreaking for their time. He was among the first to study crime scientifically, using observation and measurement instead of pure philosophy. While modern criminology no longer supports his biological determinism, Lombroso's work paved the way for research into psychological, social, and biological factors in criminal behavior.